qualifier. So they've got that in their back pocket. And I wonder if there's been a little bit of an intelligent, or not, like they're trying to play like a bit of a chess game in terms of this veto. Get that strong map in as the last one, bank it on towards a Nuke, concede the likes of Anubis, and then beat them out on that final of Ancient. Is that sort of like a viable thinking strategy for the Frenchman?
I mean, again, you mentioned it's an 8-game winning streak, but it's not always against the toughest of teams, is it? And you look at the Monte side, they're on a 3-game winning streak of Ancient. 8 versus 3, with the level of form that both of these teams play at, I'd still favour Monte in that third map.
Well, final prediction time, Dwayne, about to get into the pistol. Where are you banking on this series?
Yeah, 2-1 for Monte for me.
All right, I'm going to go 2-1 Monte as well. I think Looking4Org have been a hell of a team so far, but I think that Monte might be a step too far. Let's see how far it truly will end up being. Pistol over Nuke to start things off. Monte are on the CT side, and Waro has the outside control. Backed up with a teammate as well. There will be smokes down that tries to press both of those individuals, so slight gap to play with, but no vision being found.
They're trying to exploit that outside, but kRaSnaL with the Julies up there towards main is finding so much damage, and seeing further players come in from Secret, Maka is desperate for a trade, desperate for an overextension to at least get a frag back.
Backs up into Secret, trying to see if he can bait one CT forward, and absolutely punishes Waro for it. kRaSnaL still not done with those Julies, though. He's caught a 3rd kill onto Jocko, so all in all, Looking4Org are down by 2 players, with Maka continuing to fight on Bro. Lucky has caught Demka back to a 2-on-2, and Maka is in the B bomb site. All alone, though, needs to get this plant down soon.
Now, kRaSnaL is still alive and kicking about. SDY on that reposition in from hell. Him and Maka actually might come head on to one another.
Slow creep until finally he makes some noise hunting for the next CT. He's seen him, he knows. Check the reload. Check the corners, try to look for the headshot. He's desperate to get this frag in, but he has brought a little bit of breathing room back towards lobby. Look towards the A site play with his backup, still hunting for SDY here. He was head tucked down and the plant should be secured.
Now, Looking4Org have to think about where's that second player. Great tap there from SDY, and Lucky now has to make 2 decisions. Prioritize on the kill or prioritize the plant.
Plant will be stuck for the interim. SDY makes noise alongside kRaSnaL. Both players will extend, and kRaSnaL will get a quadra to kick things off in the pistol for Monte.
Yeah, I actually might say that kRaSnaL's the most exciting player in CS2 right now. He's definitely not a star player on the Monte side when you look at the caliber of individuals and the play style that they bring, but I don't know what's changed, whether it's the more experience and the more capable level of playing against Tier 1 competition, but since CS2's come out, kRaSnaL's been on another level. He's increased his game tenfold.
The backup was already a strong basis for Monte overall. A couple other players we typically look at as being guys to watch out for in this team, so just another name to add to that mix. It's a good start for the Monte side. No buy responsive from Looking4Org. They're down to the basic Glocks on most players. A 1 deagle over for Maka to see what damage he can do.
Now, both of these teams have been grinding a lot across the last 3 months. Nearly 50 best-of-3s have been played for Monte in the last 3 months. And Looking4Org are currently down at 34. I mean, those numbers are just ridiculously high.
Bros catching money. Keep the cash bonus a little bit too high for Monte. Demka comes up from the back lines as well alongside Waro's SMG. Maka and Haji are set to fall to those 2 players. And Waro can make it a double to ensure that all the money goes the way of the CT forces. The M4 stays in as well. As a 2-0 start to lead into the first set of guns for Looking4Org.
And when you kind of consider the recent history, maybe the last month or so, you have to say that Looking4Org are probably the best unorg team in the world right now. I mean, normally that conversation went the way of B&E, but I think since the player break and through the tail end of this year, they've been struggling ever so much, whereas for Looking4Org, it just feels like they're getting stronger and stronger and getting closer to more qualifications.
We've got this initial start for the Monte camp. Looking4Org. Get their start in with the rifle basis. The AKs are out in full force. But yet to find any true contact here. Monte are playing a little bit more carefully around this. There is a bit of an extension from Bro out towards the ladder room, the trophy area. But he won't press ahead of that smoke.
Yeah, very disciplined going into round number 3, and that's something that you'll expect from Looking4Org across the majority of their T sides, is very methodical, very much by the book. You'll often find that if they're in 5v4 situations, they tend to freeze the round down, to slow it down to a T, to not give away too many overextensions. They're very good at minimalizing mistakes. And I suppose that also comes down to the conversation of just how long this core's been together and just how experienced these guys are in the Tier 2 field.
Molly's set and flashes towards the outside, Looking4Org. Looking for an entry at this point. Still no casualties being taken, not even any damage being done across both the CT and T boards.
There is a lobby prod right now, so there actually could be an exchange from Lucky depending on how far the CTs go.
We hear these footsteps, so we'll call it into his teammates that yes, they have pressed on lobby. But what do Alpha O do with this information? Do they try and go lower? I mean, the bomb's outside of midi, so it indicates to me it's going to be an upper split, but the heaven control also being taken. Lucky continues pressing as his teammate falls. He will get one pick back. Needs to get two more outside the doorway here. The crossfire's blocked. The AWP is known. It's Manic Sprays. 8 seconds. Someone's got to grab that bomb and get it down to the bomb site. Finally, kRaSnaL is going to fall. It's all onto Woro, the last player standing, but I don't think they got the bomb plant in time. No! Oh, that's disastrous for Looking4Org. They should have acted quicker.
I don't think they could, right? The bomb got dropped out in the open and it created panic. They did so well in that round. Like, look at the timing of that. They've got heaven. They're coming main on the split. They've got the late lurk in from lobby. In terms of players in the right position, it's excellent. 20 seconds on the clock. The bomb unfortunately gets dropped out there from the vent. They're still getting all the trades. They're still forcing those duels forward from Monte. That was a 3 versus 1 there for Looking4Org, and just the thinnest of margins that they can't get the bomb down.
The 3-0 continues to roll on for Monte as a result. Looking4Org, at least have those get back in with some firepower. They will lose the first, but Haji will gain the ramp control. Still got the AWP outside of hell, though. Woro's bearing down upon them.
Yeah, this is a very different round than the previous. You think about the space that was given outside. It took a while for them to exploit the outside control. This time around, they've taken ramp a lot quicker. And because ramp has been completely taken and there isn't a hell player, Woro feels as if he has to back off. And he's all the way deep in CT spawn, which means if it is a lower take or it is an A take, it's going to take him a while to get into position.
Meanwhile, utility from Monte suppressing that ramp entrance. There's now 4 players out here ready to try and strike back against them. Again, Looking4Org slowing this timer down.
Yeah, they need to deal with this control player. And this won't be an easy fight onto SDY at all, especially because there's a teammate close by him.
Smokes up. SDY just waiting for them to cross that window. You can see those flashes of Molotov sent. There's one pick found, a second kill for the man. A third one, not quite as lucky, but exercises on 10 points of health. And Macca's AWP has got to do the majority of the work from here on out. SMG inbound. Damcut. Was he heard? Are they aware of him? I'll check those corners. Got a peek into Macca and try and bait in that AWP shot. Incendiary to play with. A quick swing, a kill found. The last man standing. 10 points of health for exercise to try and get this round together. Incendiary thrown his direction, dealt with by Woro's AWP. And Monte can claim number 4.
Jeez, that was an excellent incendiary, wasn't it? And I think right there from Demke, he realizes that he has to make a play because it's going to take Woro so long. Remember, he was deep out there from CT, had to come all the way into hell, drop down towards a ramp entrance. Demke's got to make something happen, and out towards a double doors, he wins out that first fight. Here's the footsteps down towards default, so not overextend yourself far enough to a duel, but extend far enough that you can get that incendiary forward, that you can break that crossfire apart. I look at that round for Looking4Org and think, once again, they haven't done a lot wrong. They've had some very good discipline with the clock. They've had some very good trades. They've been unfortunate 2 rounds in a row, and we can look at it at 2 points of view here, Jay. We can say, okay, they got extremely close, but we can also look at it and say, they're still 0-4 down. It doesn't really matter how close the rounds are. If they're not coming through on a CT side of Nuke, this could be Monte getting quite a deficit at the turn of the half.
And that's always the concern. It's less about, oh, you got so close in these rounds, or you almost had them, you just have to do that little bit extra. It's about rounds themselves. That scoreboard is the bottom line, and right now it reads all Monte all day so far.
At least they know they're close to a reset. At least that's something in the back of their mind. 1 player alive in the 3rd round, 1 player alive in, or 2 players alive in the 4th round. They know we are very, very close to that economical reset.
And that tac pause would have been there to discuss how they're going to find that reset. All in the rifles. 5 of them out for the Alpha O camp. Got the Galil on Lucky as the weakened element. The other 4 are an A case. SDY, look at how far forward he's going to get. He knows exactly where Hadji is. It just removes him from play immediately. Warrior with a follow-up on Maka towards, I believe that was Squeak Door where that kill came in. No, it was on the outside. 5 on 3 already.
And we're half expecting Looking4Org to change something up with pace, not the other way around. That is a great response. Within the first 20 seconds of round number 5, when there's almost a reset potential, that's when a couple of man advantages come through for Monte.
It just goes from bad to worse. SDY still alive and kicking. Jocko dead as a dodo. Exercise and Lucky are left to try and pick up the pieces, both siphoned off from each other. That smoke clearing, and Exercise has got to get back behind Red to try and not lose that bomb control. Not like it matters. Warro still fragging. And Monte showing up Looking4Org in a way that I was hoping it wouldn't end up being. The ranking difference definitely indicates them as the favorite team, but that momentum that Looking4Org have found in the last 5 to 6 weeks, like you mentioned, you would have hoped that would have been enough to try and hold some contention. Not on this T side of the scene.
I would say the rounds are contentious. They just, obviously that one was not whatsoever. And maybe we go back on that one and we reflect on it a little bit more. I think Looking4Org have definitely shown enough to warrant their first round victory. It just hasn't happened. Now, if we see more of what we just saw in that last round, I think it could be a very disappointing best of 3. And I'm hopeful that that's not the case, because right there, they were just shut out. Some aggressive duels being created from ramp and from outside. Warrior 2K, could this be the map where he shows us the full potential?
Well, so far so good. He's among the top fraggers of Monte. 6 kills for him, for kRaSnaL, and for SDY. It's Demka that strikes first in this round, though. Lucky down and out, just ahead of that Squeak Door position. Continuous sprays through those smokes as well. Going to try to suppress them from getting into the vent dive. No one downstairs with the CT forces to try and deal with them. Warriors caught Jocko elsewhere, and these pistols are getting nowhere fast.
And when we were at MR15, we can kind of look at 5-0, 6-0 and say, yeah, look, there's heaps of room. When it's MR12, that's not the case. And I think for Looking4Org, there is a hefty importance come the next rival round, just for survival on the map.
One more man down in Hadji. Exercise and Maka. Footsteps heard, that 2 versus 5. Trying to find some sort of exit, and Maka has seen one, but Sumdayoung is way too quick to deal with him. Demka, similar story onto Exercise. It's all 5 alive for the second round in a row. Alpha O get these guns out and contest, because Monte are at the tie half.
And they've got to get rid of the AKs. That is just the bottom line right now. Get rid of these AKs. You do not want to consistently be up against at least 3 of them. And Looking4Org, again, I think the mid-round has been very good. They've dictated an incredible amount of pace. They've done very well on spacing and of trading. It's the late round situation. That's what's let them down a couple of rounds, especially in the rifle.
Nades for Exercise, going to try and work towards the outside. The solo player on outside. Pressing ahead of these smokes at the very least, he's not going to see any CT presence, so they'll have that much to work with on the Looking4Org camp. But all those T-side players how outside a lobby and inside the building itself. Going to have to wait for this off-anchor to make a play.
So you've got to expect here, because Exercise is down in secret, one of the A players is probably going to rotate down into the vents. Come down into vent, hold secret, or one of the ramp players are going to drop. So because of that, now the position is for Looking4Org. If we're able to take ramp control, we can split down in that lower bomb side. And if we want to try and go back up to upper, we'll at least over-rotate one CT to lower.
Especially if Exercise is forced to fight and gets one of these 2 picks. Actually 2 players that made their way from ramp into the B site control. Looking4Org taking their sweet time with all of these TD faults here.
Looks like upper fake to ramp take.
Incendiary from kRaSnaL, they're going to stall them out for time. Exercise going to start to make moves meanwhile as Jocko tries to lead his team into the ramp control. Seeing that one individual, they have the information. Now they need to have the pick. You know, that player's held there somewhere. They'll check their corners just in case. And Jocko lands an all-important headshot. Maka ready for the swing. And the kill goes the way of Warro. Meanwhile, Exercise working his way downstairs in from Secret. And Bro has caught him off guard. Jocko with another stellar opening into the bomb site itself. A 3-on-3. Bomb needs to get planted soon. Is Bro going to try for a denial? It's right up close towards the doorway. He'll open up that door, but Haji is going to be credited with the kill.
Out towards the left side of ramp, he gets another, and now it all comes down to Warro, who's been seen. Haji with a sick round himself. All that round started with for Haji was protect the planter. Make sure that Bro could not come out of decontamination and deny the plant, deny the bomb from going down. And in the end, in a position where he's very much exposed, he gets all 3 kills.
Very crispy headshots. And Looking4Org find their first. It came off the back of 6 in a row for Monte, though. So long as they can go 6 in a row, they themselves will tie up the half. They're taking those AKs out of the fold of the CT side as well, so firepower will be slightly lacking, at least by comparison to the previous rounds that Monte have taken. The M4s are still in, as is that AWP.
Exercise. We saw his lurk down towards Secret in the last round. Bro, not even with the M4, just the USP to go up close towards that smoke. Now, out towards ramp, we saw the overexposing kRaSnaL just get domed in there from Jocko. You wonder what's going to be different this time around.
Exercise towards the outside. Was playing out Secret previously.
Well, this is a different sort of change-up. So rather than having the cross smokes and allowing him to get down, he's actually just playing out from Africa and waiting without the utility. Is someone going to prod? Is someone going to show face from main, from garage, or even from Secret?
Well, utility trades back and forth towards the ramp room. Meanwhile, the T's and D will start to show their teeth on the upper bomb site. kRaSnaL's down, Demka is tagged. Alongside some Young, they can combine and get Exercise, as well as the AWP striking on Lucky, diving down against some more. Maka with a trade back alongside SDY's kill. And Bro comes in with a final blow against the T side line, and Monte have won the half.
Well, I want to give a lot of credit to the anchor there. You have a look at that position from Demka. He's down on the floor, just wasting time, not over-peeking, keeping himself tucked. From Warro, though, did I just see him drop from heaven down into default to get it on? I mean, what is going on there? I think it just shows for Monte the confidence is sky high right now. That they just feel we don't even need to give the respect of a retake. We just want to get in there. We just want to fight.
Well, why wouldn't you be confident when you just won 6 on the trot while having some of those rounds be very little resistance against your name? Yes, you had that one back for Looking4Org, but look at what that's converted to for Monte because of that confidence. Beautiful, beautiful round. And from here, it just seems to get worse and worse. Warro is looking to press on with the rifle. Lucky does catch Bro off guard. The Molotov will send the AWP packing as well. So Looking4Org have dealt with that aggression.
That's a very good check there from Lucky, because they didn't have a ramp player. And as soon as he realizes that rifler comes through, he's expecting another. So that molly just siphons off any ability that Warro has of getting a trade.
kRaSnaL with a kill, a double up found against Exercise. Jocko going to try and strike against the player in the rafters, but kRaSnaL just gets a tally triple. Lucky lines up 2, and now has Warro all alone in a 1 versus 2. Maka still alive in this. The AWP up close and personal, hearing those footsteps, and I think they know that he must be in the upper bomb site. Both players down the vents will make their way into B.
And even holding that vent control. If Warro goes down the vent, he's a goner.
Caught off with the spray. Maka gets the 2nd round on the board. Lucky's 3K, though, turned it all around for the Looking4Org camp, because well, it felt to me like kRaSnaL won that with his own 3K.
It just shows the impact that someone like Lucky really has, because you're absolutely right. Getting that opening kill, siphoning off the AWP. Now, that would have been info that there was probably another rifler towards ramp. It was probably Warro with the AWP. So, okay, we've now come out on the bomb site. We've traded out kRaSnaL eventually towards main. That AWP's probably either on A or coming through from heaven. So let's grab that bomb. Let's bring it down to the lower bomb side. And Looking4Org, I mean, this is the round to reset. This one right here to get probably 5 on the T side if you can.
Outside control taken by Frenchman.
A little bit more en masse than what we've seen previously.
Usually it's been that one lurker or like a breakaway group. Work their way downstairs in the case of Exercise. Got one man around that corner as well. SDY gonna go for the swing. Exercise is waiting for him.
His shadow's been seen. They know he's here.
Seeing directly now. Jocko swings in for the pick. Second player on his way in, but Broke is making his way outside of the ramp. Control was not already in the B site itself. He's out of control, however, and the T's don't know. They think they're safe. One unchecked position could cost them all right here. Demka can strike. Dark unchecked, bro, with the swing. Exercise core off, and Monte convert upon Looking4Org, who had everything in their control. If only they checked all their corners.
I think it just shows in that round that both you and I are obviously tunnel vision to the one rifler out there towards decontamination or from control to make something happen. And then all of a sudden, yes, there's at least a play behind the back and there's a trigger discipline. Look at everybody else. I think everyone holds their weight to that lower bomb site. Crossfires everywhere. It's just pure chaos. And Lucky, who did just so much in that last round, I mean, he has to look at this one saying, 1v3, I've got an AK, bombs dropped, I can't do anything. I literally have to save here.
Impossible to win this clutch. And that'll be number 8 for Monte. Not where Looking4Org wanted to be at this juncture.
And it doesn't feel like a 2-8 map, does it? Like,
no.
With the way that the French have played, with how successful they've been with the trades and how important some individual moments have been, you would feel like it's been quite competitive. But again, it's the late round. That's where Monte have shown their class. That's where they've shown their absolute quality.
And that killing blow is all you need to win the rounds. Looking4Org found less of those kill shots than Monte have. Now they've got 2 AKs to play with on Bro and kRaSnaL. Orp back in for Warrior. Seen very little of it for Looking4Org camp. Mostly in this round because their money is run out. Tech9s and Galils for players are lagging behind. Lucky trying to go for that slow vent drop. He made some noise there, though. Continues to at least sneak down into the B corridors.
Yeah, making noise is still okay, because it's going to probably bring one of those ramp players down to the lower bomb site, try and force Bro to go down. Warro, just for a moment, looked like he wanted to act towards a pick into door. Can't happen. Has to reposition. I mean, an AWP in main is not the pos you want to be in.
kRaSnaL's up in the rafters, going to hear them diving down, so that AWP in main probably won't have much more time in that position. Rotate out towards that B bomb site. Bro, his AK, a gap in that smoke, not even going to cover off the control window. He gets his pick onto Lucky, and the double up on Exercise is pretty perfect as well. One trade's found, but it's still an advantage for Monte as the bomb goes down.
Now, Jocko needs to try and make something happen, and Warro, that guy that was still up there towards the top site, gets that kill onto Haji. Jocko and Maka to work a 2v4.
Maka's got one around the corner. Oh, spray so off. And now Maka's got a 1v3 to deal with instead. Known to his earlier position. But again, they don't check their corners. The spray's perfect for the 2K. With the burst to the head of Warro as well. Maka against kRaSnaL was the last man standing, and now he's just stalling for time. He knows that his bomb is ticking too far, and he can hold his nerve for the quadra and for the clutch.
There we go. There it is for the in-game leader of the team. Maka steps up when required. Trigger discipline to absolute perfection. And then look at the reposition. You force it into the 1v1. It slows down. He hears the footsteps. He knows he's getting peeked in there from control. So get out of there. Open up the doors. Get him close. Get out towards dark. That was an excellent round from Maka.
To give a positive spin at the turn of the half. Impressive stuff indeed from the man. And now he's on the AWP. Broken by still for Looking4Org. Just goes to show how awkward that economy game has been from them. And it's the same story for Monte here. They're just as broken. They're down to pistols.
And this is a pivotal round for Looking4Org to at least get the last couple at the turn of the half, to give themselves some leverage, some workability for the comeback on the CT side. But at the same time, look at Monte and what they've been able to do with this buy previously. Remember when we saw SDY out on, what, just a Mag 7, a couple of upgraded pistols and an MP9? They won it down to the lower bomb site. In a take, in the door.
kRaSnaL stands at the corner to get one frag. Jocko there for the responsive, though. And the blind sprays actually go better for Demka than it does for Jocko, even though it felt like his crosshair was right on the man. The FAMAS has a little bit better accuracy at this position. And it's an advantage for Monte that might extend to Bro's extension situation of his own right. The AWP misses. Hadji needs to trade, but now Bro has the bomb control alongside his teammates. And a 3-on-2 for Monte here.
Oh, they've got to just brute force these jewels back. They know that Door's compromised. They know that Hut's compromised, but they still have to worry about a lurk somewhere. The time is running low. They have to work together on this.
Quick swing exercise finds SDY. Where are the last two? They're hiding. Woro behind harder cover. His M4 holding. Bro is going to get caught off guard. The M4 strikes to a one-on-one situation and taps Hadji's head clean off his shoulders. A 9-3 half. Was that good enough for Looking4Org? We'll find out after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Is 3 rounds enough on the T side for Looking4Org to take this map over Monte? Dweg, they looked lights out over on the Monte camp. And Sunning tells me it's going to be a much more difficult affair, but it is CT side, so what do we think?
Well, the pistol's going to mean a huge amount here for Looking4Org, and Maka already starts it with that opening kill. The Glock's extending further around, needs to deal with this player out from hell. kRaSnaL is desperate for the frag.
Can't land the headshot though. Jocko deals with him. It's down to 2 players on the Monte side. Looking4Org. Damn it, make it 1. SDY is only on 3 points of health. Demko set to the side. Able to get Hadji at least, but now he's been goosed and there's 2 more CTs to find. Utility in hand, unsure of where to look and looked up when he should have looked down. Exercise credited with the kill, and SDY has the bomb on his back, but ultimately should be overwhelmed very quickly here.
If he gets a bomb plant that could force next round, that's what they have to look at.
He'll get it. Everything else, however, is more than a bonus, and in this case, you won't get much more than the plant itself. So, Pistol, gain for Looking4Org, and that indeed is exactly what you want to see.
I think the main concern right here for Looking4Org is stringing rounds together. I mean, you look at that first half, and the last 6 rounds, they were individual. They were one after one another, and that was the only rounds that was won by the French side. And again, I look at their first half performance, and I was impressed. But the thing is, too, is you're playing a different caliber. When you go from playing teams at the higher end of Tier 2 to playing teams like Monte, who play in and around Tier 1 teams, you can't just give the level that's competitive. You've got to give the level that's victorious. And when you look at the rounds that have been won, it hasn't been enough. Looking4Org are going to have to work even harder in the second half.
We've got those bonus guns. One of which has already been tagged down very heavily. Woro, I think, engaged by Lucky there towards the outside control. Going for that man on top of Mini's roof. Smoke in the way to try block off the vision. He'll keep bursting through to try find that man. The backup dancer of SDY can't find a side flank. But that engagement is as far as it will go for now.
Now, something to note in this round is because there isn't any SMGs, there's a lack of util. There's literally a single flash left for Demka, and that's it. It means the round's going to be quite dry, but potentially quite individual when it comes to some of the space-creating opportunities. I mean, right here from Jocko, even the jiggles down to ramp, nothing's being seen as of yet. A minute on the clock, Monte will eventually take ramp. It's just, can they go 1-for-1? Can they trade out successfully against Jocko?
Monte just as slow on their T side as Alpha O were. SDY just creeping. Odds window is open. Rocco caught off a little bit of tag damage being done. Back up there of Hadji is read like a book by Demka. Looking for the second man as well, but Jocko and Hadji can combine. Finally, Jocko's overwhelmed. Lucky is trying to get some trades in, but the best he can do is do some damage. Oh, Maka does get bro though, so it'll be a 3v3 retake.
And they know that Waro was outside, and they've got to expect that wraparound. kRaSnaL can just get the bomb down, but he has to fight immediately and can't find anything.
No headshots for you. SDY looking to engage, and indeed does take Lucky back down. Waro still a low HP concern. SDY, the known entity here, however, they'll tap the bomb once to be forced to open up the double doors, and there'll be shots coming in from those M4s. I'll look for the individual. Finally, Exercise can take him back, and Waro is all alone, trying to hide back at Deacon. They're hunting him, though. They're wasting time. They haven't got kits on either individuals. They're going to have to stick the full 10 seconds. Waro is going to try to stall the second player. Just denied by the lineup. And Waro will keep the round together for Monte.
And what do you say about that for Looking4Org? I mean, how unfortunate is that? You've done everything right. You've got yourself a man advantage. You traded out Bro. Maka gets super important kill. That kill onto Bro was round changing. They get down to the lower bomb site. kRaSnaL gets the bomb plant in. And just as he tries to fight, just as he tries to engage, he dies as well. 3v2. Waro still the late lurk. And in the end, Waro comes through with a clutch situation. I don't think things can get any harsher for the French than what is happening right now.
Fantastic stuff for Monte. 17 deep for Waro. Low HP ain't going to stop him anytime soon. Everything's stopping Looking4Org, though. Need to convert that pistol into so much more. And now they're down to pistols once again. The Force Invest round trying to land some heads, and if they do so, then maybe they can turn this whole situation around. That's 4 kills without trades, and finally Bro will get one back. But just like that, he is all alone.
Now, Bro just knows this round isn't winnable, trying to at least chuck one of those AKs away. That's just come out of nowhere. Obviously, double eco status, they have to force buy, but you kind of look at the ideal of them losing that second one and just thinking, okay, well, 1400, it's going to be a done deal. It's going to be Monte up to 11 and then to 12, and then pretty much the map's over. But they've survived. They've given themselves a chance. Just all-out destruction towards the outside. I think it was, what, Lucky getting a couple of kills with the 5-7 in secret?
So much chaos in the blink of an eye, it all fell apart. Now it's Monte down to the upgrade pistols. kRaSnaL's Galil, the hero weapon in this exchange, actually does find Jocko first and foremost. A swing in that came forward towards that ramp room. SDY towards outside, downstairs in the B-bomb site. Maka had let him cross. There was no smokes towards that cross. They might not be fully aware of what's going on. I say that, and there is one prod coming in from Hadji.
Monte have to look at this next duel as one that has to be won. Yes, they've got an opening pick. It's not enough on a round like this. SDY with a dig down from lower has not been able to fight. It's been Maka on the top side to get bro.
Hadji finds SDY in the corridors. A site has been gained. There will be a bomb plant here. Again, kRaSnaL's low. Exercise caught looking the wrong way. What was going on there?
Oh, miscoms for sure. They thought it was lower. They still think it's lower.
No way, guys. They have no idea. They're checking all positions and they must realize now. I can't believe that.
Now they do.
It's too late though. The time.
This is a save.
What happened there? Looking4Org. Monte only a few rounds away from winning the map. You can't afford to make mistakes like that. Oh, that's heartbreaking for them. They'll keep their guns in for the next, but that's 11-5 for Monte.
And there's been a lot of discussion within the community and within the pro players about the sound in CS2, and that especially on maps like Nuke, it can be a bit difficult to differentiate what's going on. But that one right there in a pro game, in a match that has so much importance, I didn't think I would see that. Looking4Org in the man advantage, convinced that it was the lower bomb site. And you have to be on their side to say that they knew it was lower, because look at the position from Exercise. I mean, he's just caught flat-footed. He maybe thinks that, what, there's just a lurk player towards top side there, just one individual, because no one else peeked, no one else showed their life.
Looking4Org using their second tactical timeout of the game.
It's such a tilter because they had everything to win that round. It just, the weapon advantage and the HP advantage and the man advantage. Damn, this has been such a tough map for them. They just haven't been rewarded. It's as simple as that. It's felt like every opportunity they have had has been stolen, has not been taken.
Yeah. They went towards this Nuke as a map pick as well, so to lose it out in this kind of fashion is very much not encouraging for their series overall. Again, Anubis is the second one, and we all know what Monte are like on Anubis. Hadji, one of the 3 rifles saved, aggressive towards the outside. SDY does get caught off by the mans. There's positivity on the start. The follow-up from Maka on top of the garage will look to engage. Hadji going to get flashed forward to try to look for the man that's made his way out. The flash is sent by the T-side forces, but he backs up into that corner, and Hadji does not continue the aggression.
And Monte find themselves in a position where not only they're down by 1, but they're down and out of space. They haven't really got much because of that outside player falling. The lucky thing that they've got on their clock is the time, right? They've still got another minute. They've still got some utility for kRaSnaL and a little bit from Woro. Is this going to be a full-on save, actually?
Oh.
Well, I guess the HP bars. Like, even though they're up against what is a pretty rubbish buy, yeah, full-on save. Just hold on to the weapons. This has been a wild map. This is just so many characteristics that I don't know if you would expect in a game like that. Maybe you would, because there is so much history between the two teams.
Even then, there's some very unorthodox things that I wouldn't have expected at all. 10 maps in history in CSGO.
Hang on a sec. Let's just see if there's any exit kills, because look at this position for LFO. They're coming closer to T-spawn now.
They must have read it. They've cleared out all angles on the map. They're going to check spawn, and if they time this right, they could get them all with after-time casualties. There'll be no money for Monte to work with. Flash forward, check him. Maka wrap the corner against the first player. There goes Demka. Monte forced to fight kRaSnaL down. Engagement's found. Woro barely alive with a 2K, but he's booked as well. 2 men fell after time. Bro especially on $100. So Looking4Org got all that they were looking for.
Yeah, that was almost not worth the save, wasn't it, in the end?
No.
And I think it shows there for Looking4Org, because they were able to gain lobby control and they were able to press outside so quickly, they recognized it straight away. And I like the way that even though they flashed forward that first corner, they gave themselves enough time to at least get 1 or 2 casualties after time.
Just pistols for Monte now.
Oh, this is one way to come back. You have to look at this from Looking4Org and say, this is a chance for us to string, what, 4 rounds in a row if we can? Just make it a monster amount.
We've got 5 to make up, and we're not on map point yet. Hadji and Lucky will clean house against these pistol players. 2 down, and Squeak. Taps and bursts continue onto the players that are also in lobby. And the last 3 players, of course, remaining in that position. kRaSnaL, the next victim. Hadji bursting onto Demka. Very nicely done. Now it's just Warro left alone in the 1-on-5. Deagle in hand, maybe a headshot or 2 in him. Chased down by the SMG of Exercise, though, and the rifles will follow suit. There he goes. Looking4Org. That's 1 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 more to go. And look, for Monte's sake, they're probably not going to be nervous until double digits hit, because they know to themselves, okay, our economy is completely ruined because of the previous attempted save, but we are 11 up. And with only 2 more rounds to gain, with how back and forth some of these rounds have been, with how many sort of round steals we've seen for the Monte side, I still favor Monte every day of the week to close out here on Nuke.
They have got an investment going here for round 19. 4 rifles, 3 of them are Galil's. AK and Warro revealing himself out towards that ramp entrance, and Jocko pays the price for it. What a shot.
Any more? He's waiting for the Hell player. Always getting close.
Hearing those footsteps as well. Ooh, adjustment towards the ramp individual. Lucky's dropped instead. And now Maka might be panicking a little bit. 5 on 3. Hadji has caught Demka elsewhere, so there is a trade involved, and Warro is going to get dealt with, but kRaSnaL has caught Hadji. Maka is tagged to less than half, and he's just going to get swung upon by that Galil. Exercise now in his own clutch, a 1 on 3.
And just think, it comes to the AWPer on an AK to make that happen. I mean, that's a sick round from Warro. The first exchange, I think it was just the patience, right? The way that we're thinking that there might be a hell swing, but it's actually to come out from the other side. Just so much damage, so much cohesion out there towards ramp. And then as soon as Maka starts making noise on the reposition, they just know we're 3v1 against the ramp guy. Even if we go 1 for 1, mate, we're winning this round and we're getting the bomb down to the lower bomb site.
And Warro in general is just having an absolute game. 21 kills. He is above and beyond anyone else in server at the moment. Must be a key reason as to why Monte are now on map point at 12-7 on Looking4Org's map pick. It's not looking good for the Frenchman. You mentioned that they had to carry on with that lifeline, with that deficited economy for as far as they could do. And unfortunately, they can only get out of that 1 eco by back to return. And it's back within a 5-round lead here. Monte just need 1 more to close out Nuke.
And in the back of the mind, right here for Looking4Org, has to be the 24 wins and 9 losses on Anubis in the last 3 months of Monte. One of the kings on Anubis, one of the best Anubis teams in the world, is waiting in the wings for map 2 if you don't close out your map pick. It is pivotal that this goes to overtime, because you mentioned it in the pre-game, Jay. There doesn't really look like there's much room for the French to win map 2.
I'd wager it's pretty impossible. And Looking4Org might be of a similar disposition. Outside positions held by SDY, has teammates right behind him that will get involved here with the outside take. Molly sent, smokes are up. Diagonals there towards the secret position. Jocko is unblinded, so he will try and look to getting these players if possible. They need to send to try and reveal positions, and Jocko receives nothing.
Molly down from Secret, he's gonna have to fight, try and get on the top side of it, and now he can back off. Now with Lucky and Hadji getting in there with picks, they can just freeze. 5v2, you just close this round out with man advantage alone.
Big set of fights to win. He's Looking4Org, will look to stay alive for it. Lucky with 1 more on the Demka, and Warro is all that remains. A 1-on-5 situation. And as stellar as he's been so far on this map, I think this is even a little bit too far for him to go. Jocko proves the point with a double, with an 8th.
Now you start thinking to yourself, which is the closer? Even this round right here, Bro is pretty much on double eco status, and kRaSnaL's near, but everybody else isn't. So you wonder to yourself, is there maybe a hero rifle? Is there a couple of upgraded pistols? Is there a full-on buy here?
Just be a couple of upgrades.
It's super light.
AKs will be taken to the front of the battlefield for Looking4Org. Jocko, nade sent and all, clearing out the smoke back up HG and trying to dish out any damage they can with a deeper one. So far, no kills, but plenty of damage being done.
Now Warro trying to see if he can exchange a fight out there from Silo. Looking down to credit, but seeing pretty much nothing. He's seen a bit of utility. Lucky he's going to get caught out in the open. At least he can reposition quickly.
And Monte were just as ready for him as he was for them. Alongside those rifles, be able to readjust and mow down all players that remain for the Monte cap. 12-9. 3 more on the comeback. Monte have some cash to invest.
And now you start thinking to yourself, for Looking4Org, what do we need to keep adapting? What do we need to keep changing on our CT side to keep offering man advantages, to keep getting ourselves into some good positions? I mean, we didn't see a massive amount from Maka with the AWP in comparison to someone like Warro, even though the numbers are quite similar. So I start wondering to myself these next couple of rounds what we're going to get from Maka on the AWP.
A flashbang engagement against 2 only wins the fight on 1. Exercise and Haji continue to press on to the lobby control, finding Demka next and forcing kRaSnaL out alongside his teammates. 5 points of HP for that man. AWP of Warro will hold the outside as Monte try to cross the secret.
Now, the issue here is that Monte's given up all of the tell because lobby's being taken. Outside is their only option. Now, of course, they can cross into Garage. They can try and get closer towards Heaven, but they want to speed it up. They want to get down to this lower bomb site, and Exercise is hearing the info.
As was the upper player, they've given away all their positions. Wary of potentially event rise. Exercise sits back in at dark. It's just going to wait for them. 60 seconds and Monte to act.
Now, Monte want an overextension. They need to deal with this dark player.
Exercise unrevealed as of yet. Bomb denied. Exercise gets out of the way, away from the AWP. Sundai Young gets Maka next up. Exercise still holding his corners. The AWP misses the adjustments there, and the last man is known with the wall bangs the engagements, and Warro is dealt with, finished off by Haji. And the 10th can go the way of Looking4Org. Monte not even allowed a bomb plant in that round.
You could just feel the composure for Exercise, not over-peaking, not panicking in that scenario with the time being low. For a moment while that bomb gets planted, you can see that Warro, he's scoped into ramp. He's waiting for that peak to come in from the top right-hand side, not from dark. Pivoting, wasting time, continuing the damage. Another eco. We could be shaping up for an overtime here.
At the very least, we'll go to round 24, but it feels like it should be the case. Tech 9s and Deagles, a couple of bits of Kevlar here and there for Monte. Jocko leans in with that M4 again towards that ramp entrance. Nice nade on Bro.
Monte are desperate for success in a round like this. Back at T-Red, player has not been seen as of yet. Warro gets a kill and SDY gets one outside.
Okay. This would be a disastrous end to this map up for Looking4Org when they seem like they're in prime position to take us to overtime. Exercise finds Bro. It's a 3-on-3 situation. SDY's Deagle is still in play as the 2 Tech 9s for kRaSnaL and Demka. They're going to find Jocko. Okay. This got very Larry. 2 less standing as a rifle to play with.
They might try and fate lower and go back up to upper. There's a Heaven player right now. Demka's in Heaven.
Going to get the information as well that they've scattered. They've left the A-bomb site entirely. Maka's wary of some outside presence. Is he going to hear these players, or will they be allowed to sneak in? They've caught the player over at door. Exercise is down. Maka all alone. Demka's going to land him for the double and for the steal. 13-10 for Monte. Oh, that is disastrous. An absolutely disastrous last round for Looking4Org.
I don't know what to say, but man, I hope I get that in map 2. That was sick. That was